Attention passionate Dallas, COWBOYSFANS. Latest news, something big is happening in the NFC East and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Dallas Cowboys' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Dallas Cowboys fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your FRINDS and Dallas COWBOYSFANS. Let's get to the news. When you think about the Dallas Cowboys and their quest for another Super Bowl, one thing immediately comes to mind: their defense. Over the years, especially in recent seasons, the Cowboys' secondary has been a cornerstone of their success. Trevon Diggs, the charismatic cornerback, has become a household name, known for his ball-hawking skills and ability to turn interceptions into points. Alongside him, players like Deron Bland and Donovan Wilson have stepped up, creating one of the most formidable defensive backfields in the league. It's a unit that has helped Dallas establish a reputation for being tough to beat through the air, and honestly, their secondary has been a major reason why the Cowboys have been consistently competitive in the NFC. But as we look ahead to 2025, there's an interesting debate brewing about how Dallas can further strengthen their defense, particularly the safety position. The current depth chart shows that Donovan Wilson and Malik Hooker are expected to be the starters, assuming the season kicks off tomorrow. Both players are talented, experienced, and have shown flashes of brilliance. Wilson, with his aggressive style and knack for making game-changing plays, has become a fan favorite. Malik Hooker, with his range and ball skills, complements Wilson perfectly. Behind them, the Cowboys have decent backups like Marquise Bell and Juanier Thomas, who have flashed potential but haven't yet established themselves as reliable starters. So the question arises, is that enough to contend at the highest level? Or is Dallas looking to make a splash on the trade market to elevate their safety play and, by extension, their entire defense? This is where the latest rumors and expert opinions come into play. Recently, NFL writer Anthony Palacios from Last Word on Sports floated an intriguing possibility. The Cowboys could target a proven veteran safety via trade, none other than Tyrann Mathieu, the three-time Pro Bowler and Super Bowl champion from the New Orleans Saints. Now, Mathieu isn't exactly a spring chicken anymore, he's 33 years old. But don't let that fool you. Last season, he proved he's still got plenty left in the tank. Mathieu managed to play all 17 games, tallying 3 interceptions, defending 7 passes, and making 62 tackles overall. That kind of durability and production at his age is impressive, especially considering he's been a key piece in the Saints' secondary since arriving in 2021. His ability to read plays, take calculated risks, and provide leadership on the back end remains invaluable for any team looking to bolster its defense. The idea of Dallas acquiring Mathieu isn't just speculation, it's rooted in strategic reasoning. The Cowboys re-signed Marquise Bell early this offseason, which some interpret as a potential sign that Donovan Wilson might be approaching the end of his tenure in Dallas. Wilson, who's been a staple since being drafted, has expressed his love for the team, but NFL careers, especially at such a physically demanding position, can sometimes be unpredictable. Plus, Malik Hooker remains a solid, if sometimes inconsistent, presence. Dallas's front office has been relatively quiet about pursuing safeties in free agency or the draft, but that could easily change as the season approaches. The draft, for example, brought in some promising young prospects like Shavon Russell Jr. and Kyer Elam, but they are still unproven at the NFL level. So the idea of adding a veteran like Mathieu makes a lot of sense when considering the need for stability, experience, and leadership. If we look at Mathieu's recent season, his stats tell a story of resilience and skill. 3 interceptions, 7 passes defended, and a high level of consistency in playing all 17 games, the NFL's full season demonstrates he remains a reliable presence. And beyond the numbers, his leadership qualities are something the Cowboys could really benefit from, especially as they look to push deeper into the playoffs. The defense in Dallas has been playing at a high level, but sometimes a veteran presence with playoff experience can be the difference maker in tight games. Plus, with a team that's already stacked with talent, Diggs, Bland, Wilson, adding Mathieu could create the perfect complementary piece, a seasoned pro who can guide the younger safeties and elevate the entire secondary. Now, you might wonder, how realistic is this trade scenario? The Saints, after all, aren't necessarily looking to rebuild, they're still competitive, and Mathieu is a key part of their secondary. But as we've seen in the NFL, teams often reconsider their strategies as the season approaches. The Saints could find themselves in a tricky spot if they start to see a rebuild on the horizon, especially if their record doesn't improve early on. A fire sale might be possible, and if that happens, Dallas should be ready to pounce. The Cowboys have the assets and the cap space to make a move, and acquiring a veteran like Mathieu could be a game changer. This potential move is also about the bigger picture. Dallas's defense has been solid, but to take the next step and compete for a Super Bowl, they'll need to fix every weak link. The safety position, while not the primary focus in recent years, is crucial in today's pass-heavy NFL. Having a versatile, experienced safety who can cover, tackle, and lead can turn a good defense into a great one. It's about creating a secondary that's not just reactive but proactive, someone who can anticipate routes, jump passes, and set the tone for the entire unit. And let's not forget the NFC East's current landscape. The division has been intensely competitive, with teams like the Eagles, Giants, and Commanders all making moves in the offseason. The Eagles especially have a dynamic roster and a high-powered defense, so Dallas needs to match or surpass that level of talent on defense if they want to be serious contenders. Adding a player like Matthew could tip the scales, giving the Cowboys an edge over their rivals, especially in critical division games that often determine playoff positioning. Moreover, this isn't just about one player, it's about the message it sends to the league and to their opponents. The Cowboys are always aiming to be aggressive, to show that they're in it to win it right now. Bringing in a veteran like Matthew would signal that they're serious about sealing the deal and going all in on their championship aspirations. It also sets a tone for the rest of the roster, showing that Dallas isn't content with just being good, they want to be great, and they're willing to make bold moves to get there. So while nothing has been confirmed yet, the buzz around this potential trade is heating up. The NFL offseason is a time full of surprises, and the Cowboys are always in the mix when it comes to strategic moves. Whether it's a trade, a free agent signing, or a draft pick, Dallas's front office has shown time and again that they're willing to invest in their championship window. And with the NFC landscape shifting and teams like the 49ers and Eagles looking strong, Dallas knows they can't afford to stand still. Now, for all the Cowboys fans watching, this is a very exciting prospect. The idea of adding a veteran safety with so much experience and leadership could be exactly what the team needs to push into that elite tier. Imagine a defense anchored by Diggs and Matthew, with Wilson and Hooker providing versatility and youth. That's a secondary that could strike fear into any offense in the league. And with the talent Dallas already has on offense, led by Dak Prescott, CeeDee Lamb, and Tony Pollard, the team is set up to contend on both sides of the ball. As we get closer to the season, keep an eye on any developments involving the Saints and the Cowboys. The NFL is unpredictable, and sometimes the biggest moves happen when you least expect them. But one thing is for sure, Dallas is always looking for ways to improve, and the potential acquisition of Tyrann Mathieu fits perfectly into that narrative. It's a move that could elevate their defensive game, bolster their championship aspirations, and perhaps even define their season. And now, Dallas Cowboys fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and to the Dallas Cowboys. And don't forget, I'll be back soon with more updates, so stay tuned for the latest Dallas Cowboys news.